Hello, my name is Taylor Hone, and today I'm going to be presenting on how we can increase the quality and profitability of the Lean Sandwich Shop. First of all, this year, the Lean Sandwich Shop is projected to sell 218 400 sandwiches, which, if achieved, would be a record-setting year. However, there's some concerns for us about the profitability of hitting this benchmark. And that is last year, 10% of sandwiches that were sold had to be scrapped and replaced due to customer complaints. That's over 20,000 sandwiches if you were to account for the increase in sales this year, which would result in a loss of $120,000 in labor and scrap materials that would be lost simply due to mistakes in making the customer order. We wanted to dive a little bit deeper in how we could solve this problem and began with a root cause analysis. You can see here that over 50% of customer complaints were due to the sandwich being cold or receiving the wrong dressing. Seeing these two things that making up most of the customer complaints, we did a little bit of a deeper dive on the current process. As you can see, the current process has 7 different tasks spread across 12 employees, which means that there's a lot of passing of hands. And really the tasks that we're talking about are these two, task 4 and task 5. This is where the employees add the vegetables and toppings, so getting the wrong dressing, and then task 5, where the sandwich is placed in the toaster, removed from the toaster, and given to the next employee to wrap the sandwich and ultimately have it delivered. We took a little bit of a deeper dive, particularly on task 5, since that's where that's where most of the complaints were coming from. And as you can see here, the employees, those 3 employees that are assigned to placing the sandwich in the toaster, they have a lot of downtime, 145 seconds of downtime, that they place it in the toaster, wait for it to toast, and then remove. And because of this, the employees often got distracted when we did manual in-person observations. And, they would often be talking with other employees or helping other employees, resulting in cold sandwiches, since these sandwiches would often sit there after they were done being toasted and not handed to the person wrapping the sandwich right away. We saw this as an opportunity that we can make some improvements here by consolidating some of the tasks and keeping more employees engaged in the process. So first, we thought, starting similar to the old process, that the first task would be to record and deliver the order, and 3 employees would be assigned to taking those and delivering them. They would then transition to workstation 2, where we would consolidate tasks 2 and 3 together. And 2 employees would be tasked with receiving the order, selecting the bread, and adding protein to the sandwich. These employees would then transition to workstation 3, where 3 employees would now be taking responsibility for task 4 and 5, where they would add the vegetables and toppings, making sure that they got the right dressing, and they would just place the sandwich in the toaster. And that would be for 3 employees. This would then transition to workstation 4, where these 2 employees would be responsible for waiting for the sandwich to come out of the toaster, wrapping the sandwich, and delivering it to the customer, consolidating the process down from 7 tasks to 4. As you can see, in the current process, there are 12 employees doing 7 different tasks and with a processing time of 350 seconds. By employing this new solution, we can reduce this down to 10 employees with a processing time of 173 seconds and only having to do 4 and breaking it down into 4 individual tasks. This reduces the processing time by 177 seconds. The results of this would be a net difference of 2 employees, meaning 20 hours a day that the Lean Sandwich Shop would not need to pay for, with a difference of total daily wages of $300. And when you take that annually, that comes out to be just over $109,000 of annual savings on labor hours alone. Now, as we stated at the beginning, our goal was not just to reduce labor and efficiency of the process, But the goal of this new process is essentially to reduce lean sandwich shop scrape rate from 10% to 2% in the first 30 months. And if this new process is able to achieve that, it would result in $96,000 in annualized cost savings, which means that the total savings would end up being $205,000, just over $205,000.